Mabuhay, this is Bob from Love Beyond the Sea, a channel for marriage-minded men. And I talk about relationship type of topics. Now, I want to be starting some multiple videos on the idea of trust. So today I'm calling this Straight Talk about a foreigner and Filipina trusting each other. That's because I married a woman from the Philippines back in 2015. So let's get started here with limited time. Trust is something that any foreigner looking for a Filipina will have on their mind. And it actually goes both ways, of course. Pull up a chair today to hear me talk about trust. And subscribe to Love Beyond the Sea. Well, you will learn more than trust, because I want to help with all kinds of things. And please remember to get the notifications, so I guess you can keep knowing that the videos are coming out. Now, even after marriage, we want to find our spouse trustworthy. I have rarely seen in-depth talk about trust on YouTube, so I'm going to do something to change that. If you are so inclined, you're welcome to leave a comment about this issue of trust. I'll share some thoughts and experiences. Trust is important, of course, in any relationship of any kind, but especially when getting to know someone like a Filipina so far away. It's like probably 8,000 miles from here. It's one thing to say that you trust the Filipina, but I want to talk about how long it takes to think you trust her. Here's my definition of trust. Trusting someone means that you think they are reliable, you have confidence in them, and you feel safe physically and emotionally. Think about all of those aspects. Trusting someone means that you think they are reliable, you have confidence in them, and you feel safe physically and emotionally. And here, Love Beyond the Sea, I want to share with others what I have learned in my relationship, share what I can anyway. I proposed to my wife on day 18 without meeting her in person. I flew to the Philippines, married her in only 54 days. Could have been sooner, to be honest with you, and I hope you trust me. I don't remember asking myself if I trusted her enough to marry her that fast. I just knew that I'd been alone for a long time and wanted to get married real bad. But there had to be some elements to the short relationship that led me to believe that I could trust her. I'm not afraid of commitment. In the 30 years before that I couldn't find anyone, I suppose I could have allowed myself to get sucked into a bad one, but didn't. And we talked like 4 hours a day during those early days, more on weekends. So I guess I thought I was ready. There has to be a reason I trusted this woman from the Philippines to be my wife so quick. Considering we have been married for 10 years as of yesterday, a certain level of trust must have been present, enough to get off the ground anyway. To delve into trust, I'll ask these 4 questions. And by the way, leave a comment. Let me know what you needed to know in order before you could say you trusted the person you married, or what she needed to trust you. And let me know how long it took to trust each other. This will be in multiple parts at this point in time. Number 1, how much should I be able to trust her? How much? Excuse me. Absolute trust would require us to live through a multitude of arguments and conflicts over a long period of time. So that really couldn't be my standard for my trust, for my comfort level. Trusting someone means that you think they're reliable, you have confidence in them, and you feel safe physically and emotionally. Maybe my standards, or I should say my expectations, weren't super high. 27-year age gap, different culture, little in-person observation. I married her on my first time there. I trusted her as much as someone could, asking the questions I did, getting the answers I got, could trust her, could feel she was reliable, and give me enough confidence to trust her more by marrying her. Can there be degrees of trust? Increasing degrees of trust, probably based on time together. Although people can spend a lot of time together and not really talk about the things that they need to in order to trust each other. If I say I trust her more today than when we married, that does not mean that I didn't trust her before. If I'm checking her Facebook and the people that she talks to without reason to suspect her of something, then that might indicate I tend to have a hard time trusting people. Maybe I am doing that only because, I don't trust Filipinas. My wife was consistent in her comments to me in those early years. I didn't notice any inconsistency, and didn't see any contradictions. I saw her on camera where she lived, at her house, where it is less likely she would try to pull the wool over my eyes with other family there. She really gave me no reason to distrust her. I could have asked endless questions about why she would want to marry me and if I could trust her, but I didn't. And at that point, then it's almost like you're just looking for reasons not to trust. When it's been a long time, you've asked so many questions. And also, let me see here. So you have to be careful. I do think there is always going to be risk. There's always some risk. A person isn't likely to divulge everything to you about their relationship. Their past relationships, maybe their mental health, family situations. They could even lie, I suppose. So you got to ask some questions, but they might be good at hiding it. In fact, you might not have revealed everything to the person you married or are dating right now. So you have to wrestle through that. And before I conclude, there is the idea that, again, the man has to know almost everything before marrying her. Same thing could be said about trust. I have to trust her 1,000%, they say. But what does that feel like or look like? Let me know if you thought about that. I know in job interviews, for example, that they should be carefully done, usually are, I hope. But even after multiple interviews with a job applicant, you still do not know what you're getting. If you hire someone, we all know there have been mistakes. You can talk to the person. Former colleagues and employers can give you their input, whether it's true or not, who knows. Even friends and family. But you may still end up realizing you missed something somewhere after having a false sense of trust. It can happen in dating, workplace, other places too. I am saying that's okay because trust is earned over time, and it is the same with looking for someone to marry. Of course, the considerations are more serious then. So a lot of this is going to be a gut feel. I recommend you pray about the person you marry and also get some good feedback from someone you trust that knows you fairly well, maybe knows something about the woman that you're going to marry. And it's possible they could help you avoid marrying someone that could do you wrong. So that's all I'm going to have time for today. And next time I make a video on this, probably the very next video, I will ask the question, how will I know that I can trust this person? So go ahead and leave a comment and subscribe here on Love Beyond the Sea.